strong performance, I think, for Order. They've had it cut out for them in there. They're going to have the tough channels because what they really struggled with in the first game here was the link-up between each of the members of Jojo Pion.
So last game was one of the most embarrassing games I've seen this entire tournament. I've seen every game. If I have to see another first pick Twisted Fate into the legs of Graves, Silas, Gwen, Braum, I don't know. I don't know what to do. But fortunately, G2 are on blue side here, and they're not stupid enough to first pick the Twisted Fate. AP junglers being banned away from Order responded to by the Lucian ban. We could see the possibility of Graves hitting the deck. Excuse me. The Zeri could be hitting LeBlanc Ari trade also coming through potentially. G2 has shown high priority on Zeri, so that's something to watch out for, as well as Targamas's roaming support picks. Karma taking off the table is interesting next to the likes of Ezreal and Caitlyn for that early lane prio. And Order chooses to ban the Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate can also see a lot of value next to the Kaisa, but I don't think you can blind pick it. Pick the Graves. Why not? Okay, never mind. Wukong's up. I'm done. Wukong banned last game by Order. This time, not so much. And Order needs to watch out picking bot lane, because if they pick a bad angle, they can get Sena'd with the Wukong as well. So potential triple flex coming out. And Tristana possibly. No, I'm gonna go Jhin. Jhin gives you a really easy lane to scale into, so picks like the Kaisa or the Senna are very possible, especially if they pick support sooner rather than later. But we could see picks like the Vex maybe into Wukong's dash, potentially, for mid laners. Or jungles in the Viego. No way. Jhin Nautilus is not a playable combo. It just isn't. It's so bad. It's so unbelievably horrible. So uniquely terrible. But hey, Corporal's going on for another Nautilus game. Oh boy. Trying to think of what picks can possibly go to Jhin outside of counterpicking bot lane. Yeah, just any scaling carry into the Jhin. Jhin doesn't have the resources to actually threaten it. And the Renata locked in before Nautilus's team can ban it away. It was an interesting look. Ooh, this Evelyn pick. Kind of interesting. Wukong, can't imagine, has too much pressure in terms of ganking or anything, so you almost trade pressure at level 6. Gwen taken off the table. Generally, the like Jhin W or Nautilus Hook can't really do anything to Gwen. And it also sets up a R4 Orange pick, which G2 will probably be wary of. But Broken Blade has played Fiora a couple times in this tournament. You can play Aatrox into it. You pick Mordekaiser into it. It's pretty playable. Aatrox hits the deck here. Kind of interesting. Not that it looked too impressive last game, but Black Panthers Urgot is also in the mix in terms of what they're thinking about. Also 80 mid laners, like the Yon showed by Kissy before. A possibility here, I believe. Rises banned away from Caps. I think it's a bad ban, but what do I know? Generally, Jhin is going to outrange anyways. If you go in range, then Nautilus can potentially hook. But also, the tank build has seen quite a bit of nerfs. Ooh, we do actually deal with Black Panthers Urgot, so the Aatrox ban is almost like daring them to pick the Ornn. I'd be interested if they pick mid lane instead and give counterpick the top. Pick AD mid, like Eon. Potential flex between the Tryndamere, but Trynd mid is pretty worse for wear these days, especially after the ultimate nerf in like, honestly, like 12.5, 12.6. Narblind still on the table, especially with Gwen taken off the table, is like really, really powerful. Gwen with the true damage is the only one that can really deal with the hull breaker builds. Vel'Koz would be a wacky pick. I do like the LeBlanc though. LeBlanc doesn't have too many good matchups here, but generally just the carry potential from caps coming through could be really, really big. Yeah, I don't know what this R5 is, so I guess we're going to be inflicted. Zed. So I guess Zed gets to potentially beat up on Renata or Mininar, but overall I think the pick is pretty dog shit. Especially into the early laning that LeBlanc will inflict upon Kissy. Yeah, I think the Nautilus is just too embarrassing. It's not as bad as the first pick, Twisted Fate, but with how well Red Side has been performing in this tournament, you would have to hope for some sort of better draft here. But we'll see what lifting the Evelyn pick can do here.